Okay, we'll call the City of Olivet Planning and Community Design Commission for November 4th, 2021 to order. Madam Secretary, you would please call the roll.
Rob Jurgel,
Present.
Cheryl Wagner, Jody Rich here, Richard Brophy,
Present.
Brian Lewis,
Present.
Daniel Rosenberg,
Present.
and Tim Spiegelglass.
Present.
Let it also be known that Carlos Trejo, the Director of Planning and Community Development Department, is in attendance, as well as Dawn Doty. Is Dawn here?
Don is doing a course, an online course right now.
Oh,
So she may
okay,
show
that's
up
right.
later.
We talked about that. As well as Bridget Waters, the Administrative Assistant. In addition, there's City Manager Barb Sondag in attendance, as well as our City Attorney, Paul Martin, is in attendance. So appreciate that everybody coming in. So good. It's kind of nice to have more people present. So it's feel like back to real meetings. So okay, I think we'll go over some procedures. At the beginning of each meeting, we typically have time for general comments. These are related to items that are not on the agenda. But if you please, bring it up, that would be great. We do ask you to state your name and address for the record. And we do request that all comments be limited to 3 minutes to respect the time, that we have here today, as well as, the rest of people who have comments as well. As we go through the agenda items, we'll go over a staff report. And then we'll have discussion amongst the, commission members. And then we'll typically bring on the petitioner and ask some questions there too. At that point in time, we'll also have time for public comments related to those specific items on the, related to that topic. Same thing applies. We do ask people to state their name and address for the record before they appear before the commission, and try to keep their comments, if they're related to general comments related to no more than 3 minutes. All right, Carlos, anything else?
No, sir.
Okay, Carlos, just so I know, do we have other members of the public in attendance via Zoom?
Yes, we do. There's about 4 other individuals online right now.
Okay, are they petitioners or are they general public? Do you know?
General public, so there are no petition items scheduled for individual review.
Okay.
So
Okay, great. Okay, do I hear any public comments?
Right.
Go ahead, come up. If you could come up to the podium over here and make sure the mic's turned on. That's always important. Yes, thank you.
Hi, my name is Elizabeth Solomon. My current address is 417 Berkeley Place. Still living with my parents. They still want us out. Hereby requesting that the commission consider bringing back the conversation about 9721 Hastings Drive, as we discussed at the October 21st PCDC meeting. We have made changes that we hope will satisfy the commission based on the concerns that were shared about the front elevation, that middle mass, the amount of shingle siding. And so we would love to be able to have those discussions and are available for any questions that you may have. We also have the builder, Bob Berkeley, here to answer questions.
Great, thank you. I'm not sure if Carlos has talked to you about the procedures, for this, but for us to reconsider, we have to bring it up and take a vote, on that. And Carlos, just refresh me. Is that something we could do at this point in time, or is that something that we need to do during old business?
that'd be up to the commission. There's no scheduled items like old business, new business on the agenda. You'd be amending the agenda if you would reconsider the petition application.
But we have to take should we take the vote, or should we, discuss that at this point in time?
That'd be up to the commission.
I don't have any problem, discussing that this time, just while everybody's here. Does anybody have any other?
I agree.
Very good.
The second item in your packet will have a process or steps for if the commission chooses to reconsider.
If you could just go over that and highlight it for all of us, that would be fantastic.
Should the commission select to reconsider the previous petition item, a motion has to be made by someone who voted against the original motion, which was to approve. There are 3 members that voted against: Commissioner Rich, Commissioner Rosenberg, and Commissioner Spiegelglass. And Chairman, if you can bear with me, because right now Daniel's looking at an empty audience.
No
So
worries.
where is the motion?
There's
Okay.
no motion at this point.
No motions at this point.
But we'll have to create that.
My understanding, the second can be done by anyone. Then there's a vote on whether the item would be reconsidered. At that point, the commission can discuss, whether there's changes, engage discussion, discuss it amongst each other, consider any changes or amendments, defer, or forward another motion for approval.
Okay, good. Thanks, Carlos. We saw, or I was forwarded an email that had your elevations. And it does look like significant changes have been made, and I'm not sure if other members of the commission have been able to see those.
I saw them and I think it looks great. I was definitely against the parts of it. I think it looks
But before
absolutely
we
fabulous.
talk about that,
Yeah.
we do need to have the
Oh.
vote on that. So I just wanted to make sure people
Yeah.
were, aware, before we make the vote on to reconsider it, that we had enough information for that. But if everyone has had, do I hear a motion?
I'll have a motion to reconsider approval of 9721 Hastings Drive.
Motion's been made by Tim Spiegelglass. Do I hear a
I'll
second?
second.
And second by, oh my gosh, Brian Lewis. One of those days. So Carlos, can we now, well, I guess, can you please take the vote?
Chairman, yeah, okay. On the motion to reconsider. Bear with me 1 second. as I get my- Commissioner Spiegelglass,
Yes.
Commissioner Rosenberg,
Yes.
Commissioner Lewis,
Yes.
Commissioner Brophy,
Yes.
Commissioner Rich,
Yes.
Commissioner Wagner,
Yes.
and Chairman Dragell.
Yes,
And the motion to reconsider passes unanimously 7-0.
good.
Thank you.
No problem. So Carlos, could you please bring up those elevations? And
Yes.
then maybe we can discuss some of those changes that you made?
Absolutely. And if it's helpful, there is a letter from the architect who came up with this design and made the changes for your review, which also outlines those changes and his rationale, if it's helpful.
Yeah. Let's wait to see if Carlos can bring up the elevation.
And bear with me, Chairman, as I try to get the,
No worries.
yes.
Control Shift Plus.
Oh.
It's gonna be really embarrassing if it doesn't work.
All right, and bear with me, I need to get Mr. Rosenberg. The view too here.
I'm impressed.
Talent.
You're fun at parties.
Maybe,
Definitely.
maybe after the meeting, you can give both some tutorials and tips, maybe a tip of the day.
Sure. Control Shift minus, go the other way, counterclockwise.
Oh, wow. Can't wait to use that at work tomorrow.
Okay, Chairman, in the effort of, in terms of time, so we did speak following the last commission meeting and the guidance from the commission
Yes.
with the petitioner. We had to sit down. They did go back to the architect, and you note, and I've distributed a copy of the architect's letter. They had the changes. Ms. Solomon is here if there's any specific questions to those changes. They had a discussion with the subdivision trustee, Mr. Ferguson, and he was fine with the changes as they were submitted. And then, of course, and Ms. Solomon also brought the builder here, the architect couldn't make it, and I think it's noted in that letter that was forwarded. As you can see, we had to discuss, my understanding on the discussion from the commission was the shingle material traditionally is used as a secondary material.
The cedar shake.
The shingle looking type
Yeah, okay.
in there, and that was one of the primary concerns from several of the commission members. So they went back, reassessed that elevation, and what they've done is used the traditional siding, lap siding on the lower level, and on the upper level incorporated the shingle type looking siding in an effort to make that a secondary, or mostly a secondary material. So outside of that, if there's any questions, Ms. Solomon is here, and of course their architect or builder.
Oh, thanks, Carlos. Appreciate it. Any comments? Go ahead.
I have one question, don't mind. Would you describe what happens on the other sides of the house? Does this same look wrap around, or is it just on the front?
Sure. So we wanted to make sure that we were respecting the commission's request to be able to minimize that shingle or the cedar shake style siding. And so it's that lap siding that wraps around the rest of the house.
Any other questions or discussion? I think you did a nice job, and I appreciate, the efforts, to do this. So
Thank you.
do I hear a motion?
I'll motion to approve the petition for site plan, community design, and concept stormwater management plan review for a new single-family home at 9721 Hastings Drive, as presented in the memorandum from the Department of Planning and Community Development on October 21st, 2021, with the front elevation revisions as presented to the commission today, November 4th, 2021, subject to any staff conditions noted therein.
Motion.
Mr. Chairman, I'll second.
Motion's been made by Richard Brophy, seconded by Carol Wagner. Carlos, Carlos, let me ask you a question. Do we still have to call the roll call vote now that we have more people in person?
Correct.
We do?
Yes,
Okay, no problem. Just,
at least to my understanding.
I just figured I'd
I
ask.
give it. Okay.
Nice try.
The other thing,
Yeah.
Chairman, I want to note that the conditions of approval are posted on the website and the previous memorandum. The one thing that it does include is working with the petitioner regarding the driveway elevation or the slope specifically. All the other conditions are the traditional conditions regarding the top of foundation, the stormwater management, and those things of that nature. And that condition is no different than what we had already discussed about trying to find if we could reduce some of that slope.
Good, good.
All right.
Appreciate the clarification.
On the motion to approve, Commissioner Spiegelglass,
Approved.
Commissioner Rosenberg,
Muted.
Approved.
Commissioner Lewis,
Approved.
Commissioner Brophy,
Approved.
Commissioner Rich,
Approved.
Commissioner Wagner,
Yes.
and Chairman Dragell,
Approved.
and the motion passes unanimously.
Thank you for making those changes.
I'm really excited.
Thank you
I'm not
very
gonna cry in
much.
this
We
meeting.
appreciate it.
But just wanted to say thank you to everybody so much, both for your feedback and also very much for your approval. We are so excited to be able to make Olivet our homes again.
We're glad that you're coming back to all of that. So we
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.
And
Good
thank
luck
you,
in the
everybody,
building
for your
process.
time.
Thank you. Okay, we'll move on to our next.
Chairman, we can just ask if there's anybody else that wants to speak
that'd
in
be
regards to the
great.
public comments. I don't believe there are, but just in case.
That'd be great.
At the center part of the lower part of the Zoom screen, there is a hand button. If you'd like to speak before the commission, if you can raise your hand. All right, Chairman, I see none.
Okay, we'll move on to item number 4, which is an overview of the role and procedures of the Planning and Community Design Commission.
And Chairman, I'm going to ask, given that this is a client attorney discussions, the commission consider a motion to go into closed session to have a discussion with Mr. Martin, our city attorney.
I would agree with that, and I would like to make a motion that we move into closed session.
Second.
Motion's been made by Rob Jergel, and seconded by Tim Spiegelglass. Carlos, will you please call the vote?
Commissioner Spiegelglass,
Yes.
Commissioner Rosenberg,
Yes.
Commissioner Lewis,
Yes.
Commissioner Brophy,
Yes.
Commissioner Rich,
Yes.
Commissioner Wagner,
Yes.
Commissioner Jergel.
Yes.
And the motion passes unanimously. Chairman, now I'm going to ask, given that we're going into closed session, I'm going to stop the recording. And I think that kind of terminates this. Mr. Rosenberg is going to go to another link, and I'm going to start another Zoom link
Right.
on this. So it's a
Private.
closed.
Yeah.
All right. All right, Dan, if you have any problems, Dan, just give me a call. I'll see you in a while.